The topic of UFOs is no longer confined to the realm of conspiracy theorists. With Congress taking the matter seriously, news of UFOs and UAPs is now mainstream. On Wednesday, a new round of witnesses provided fresh testimony on the matter of UAPs during a joint hearing by subcommittees of the House Oversight Committee. In today's episode, we will be looking into the latest round of congressional UFO hearings. The hearing, which lasted in excess of 2 hours, represented Congress's latest foray into the topic of UFOs, this following a previous round of testimony in July of 2023. The hearing's title, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, Exposing the Truth. The UAP acronym is the official term the government now uses to refer to the unexplained phenomena, arguing it is less loaded and stigmatized than UFO. But it also accounts for the fact that, as witnesses stated on Wednesday, many sightings are of objects in the water. Legislators have spent the past year pushing for new laws that would boost UAP transparency, with one seeking to create a civilian reporting mechanism and one directing the executive branch to declassify certain records. But elected officials and UAP transparency advocates say that isn't enough. In her opening remarks, Nancy Mace, representing South Carolina, explained why another hearing was needed, to call upon transparency from the executive branch and intelligence agencies that have remained silent about classified UFO information. Of the Department of Defense and its Pentagon headquarters, Mace said the organization's reputation for secrecy is not a track record that instills trust among the public. The reality is, despite their enormous taxpayer-funded budget, the transparency of the Defense Department and the intelligence community have long been abysmal, Mace said. Glenn Grothman, a congressman from Wisconsin whose subcommittee held the hearing along with Mace's, said, "We cannot shy away from the unknown when the stakes are so high." Timothy Gallaudet, an American oceanographer who was once the acting administrator of NOAA, said he got first-hand confirmation that UAPs were real in 2015 while working for the Navy. During a training exercise that year taking place off the East Coast, Gallaudet described an email he received when he was serving as the U.S. Navy's chief meteorologist. The email warned about multiple near-midair collisions and attached a now declassified video of a UAP captured by a Navy F-18 aircraft. Gallaudet, a retired Navy Rear Admiral, testified it was clear that the intent of the email was to ask if anyone was aware of classified technology demonstrations taking place. But the next day, he said, the email disappeared from his account with no explanation. Gallaudet described a disinformation campaign amongst high levels of the government, including the Pentagon's office to investigate UFOs, in order to discredit reports and the whistleblowers who make them. That office, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, issued a report in March saying it has found no evidence that UAPs are extraterrestrials. Gallaudet also testified about satellite imagery of UAPs captured in 2017 that has not yet been shared with Congress. He declined to divulge where the image was taken, but, when questioned, described it as a disc-shaped object. When asked about what he thinks the objects could be, Gallaudet said, non-human higher intelligence. When former Pentagon intelligence official David Grush testified in 2023, what he had to say under oath created shockwaves. Grush spoke of an alleged, shadowy, multi-decade Pentagon program to retrieve and study not only downed spacecraft, but extraterrestrial pilots. Grush also accused the Pentagon under oath of being aware of extraterrestrial activity since the 1930s and hiding the program from Congress while misappropriating funds to operate it. Though congressional leaders said they have not substantiated those claims, one witness Wednesday did corroborate many of Grush's statements. Luis Elizondo, a former military intelligence official who resigned and went public in October 2017 after 10 years of heading a Pentagon program to investigate UFO sightings, made it clear that much of his work remains classified, limiting how much he could say. In his opening remarks, Elizondo criticized the intelligence community for its repeated practice of excessive secrecy around UAP reports, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos. I believe we as Americans can handle the truth, and I also believe the world deserves the truth. Elizondo's concerns relate to national security, due to the fact that much of the reported UAP activity has been around military bases and nuclear weapon sites. He also claimed that the U.S. is in possession of UAP technology, as are some of its adversaries. If this was an adversarial technology, this would be an intelligence failure, eclipsing that of 9/11 by an order of magnitude, he said, adding that, as Grush had claimed, many of the government's UAP programs operate without proper congressional oversight. Elizondo reiterated that the objects observed have often outmaneuvered U.S. military aircraft and were flying in ways beyond the capabilities of known human technology. One of the more compelling revelations was a report shared by journalist Michael Schellenberger about a shadowy UAP program created in 2017 following a New York Times story exposing another top-secret Pentagon program. Schellenberger claimed his sources have told him that intelligence communities are sitting on a huge amount of visual and other information about UAPs. And they have for a very long time, and it's not those fuzzy photos and videos we've been given. It's very clear, high resolution, he added. Asked how many images or videos, Schellenberger said hundreds, maybe thousands. While NASA released its own UAP report last September, Michael Gold, a former NASA administrator, called on the organization to do more. NASA's involvement into UAP research would make such a powerful statement to the scientific community that UAPs should be taken seriously, Gold, who is part of an independent NASA UAP study team, testified. Many UAPs can often be explained as drones or weather events, but for those few reports that defy explanation, they'd be better captured with instruments tailored to study the phenomena and not rely on cell phones and fighter jets' cockpit gun cameras. As with the last round of congressional hearings on the matter, many more questions were raised than were answered. Although participation of Congress on the matter of UFOs certainly means that at least we are heading in the right direction. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. It is due to your continued viewership and support that we are able to bring you interesting and informative videos like this. The team here at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.